Been speaking over this past number of months to some of the great and the good of entertainment and music, and also in other fields as well. I'm delighted to speak to a lady now who has got a distinguished career in music and an excellent show currently, or I should say before lockdown, together with her brother Keith. They were touring the Showband Show and pulling in huge crowds, doing great shows and huge events throughout the country. Alas, I know, for many years. And I'm delighted to say a big hello to Lorraine McDonald. Lorraine, how are you?
Jerry, I'm wonderful. Thank you very much for having me on your show. Much appreciated. For that fantastic intro. Well done.
Thank you very much.
I feel like I'm going out to work now.
Right. Lorraine, listen, you've been involved in music. I mean, you grew up, of course, in music. Your dad played with Joe Dolan.
Well, our music started... How long have we got, Jerry? Our music started when we were kids. My dad and two of his friends started a youth brass and reed band in Athlone, and he had 35 kids. So my dad taught the brass, and our neighbour, Piccolo Whelan, he taught the reed, all the clarinets, flutes, and saxophones, and all the rest. And that's where our music really started as kids. Obviously, Dad and Keith trumpet as a kid because Dad played trumpet, so he would just take Keith into the sick room and put him through his paces, and that's really basically it. And Peter, my younger brother, played euphonium. So that's really where it all started. And then we had our family band about, I think I was 13. It's not that long ago. It's long enough, but, I can still remember it, so it's not that long ago. And Dad went off to South Africa in mid-80s with Joe for 6 weeks to tour. And he had a residency in a hotel called the Prince of Wales in Athlone. So instead of, as you do, you protect your trade. So you don't give your gig to anybody else. You try and hang on to it yourself because you don't know what's going to be there when you come back. So what we said, myself and Keith went in and we took over his show. Like we were, but things were different then, and laws were different, and it wasn't as serious as it was now. We used to play the Wednesday night from 9 to 11, and we'd go home and get up and go to school the next morning. But it was amazing to try and keep that show going, because we used to do a Sunday morning in the Prince of Wales. We used to do a jazz Sunday morning, and people came from everywhere. It was the most popular Sunday morning in the country at the time, and it was incredible because we were just kids. But what we learned from that period of work and experience was phenomenal. Really, really, truly was. And a lot of it was instrumentals because we weren't really singing much at the time. Keith probably sang a little bit more than me. I didn't sing an awful lot at all. Probably mostly played the flute and a couple of jazz little solos and whatnot. Maybe a little bit of harmony. And so we used to do the Sunday morning in the Prince of Wales, and then we kept the residency going for Dad for 6 weeks on the Wednesday nights. And then a lot of work came out of the Prince of Wales. And we were called Route 101 at the time. There were four of us. There was Peter, Keith, Dad, myself, five of us, and Adrian Harrington, a piano player. And then we got into a massive corporate market then, because an awful lot of work came from the Prince of Wales. People just travelled from all over the country because everybody spoke about it. The crowd was there, the atmosphere was there, the music was all jazz and just a little bit of, predominantly jazz, to be honest. Easy listening and stuff. And then we just literally started doing a whole lot of corporate work, and that took us pretty much all over the country. And we did that for a good few years. And then in 1980, I'm not going to say now, it's probably too late now, 1987 anyway, Dad left Joe for a year and we went professional. And it really just took off from there. So we continued with Route 101, and we had a really, really good pop band then. After that, Dad went back to Joe, and we kind of went into the pop. So the pop scene was huge in the late 80s.
Yes.
It was a really, really good place to be. And we did the pop, and we did that for a good few years. And then we tried a country, but we were definitely before time. We had, if you listen to what bands had been playing in the last 10 years, we were doing all that 15, 20 years previous. So we did that for a while. Then we tried rock and roll. And then we got into the Showband Show, and that's when it just, we were kind of nearly at the stage where we're going to say, oh, come on, we might just maybe just throw in the towel, because how long can you try something for? We had great fun, and we always made a few quid and stuff, but it was hard work, and you just
Yes.
kind of felt you were kind of going nowhere. And then the showband show came along, and just bang, out of the blue, it just was the right thing at the right time. We were still young, it was energetic, it was fun, it was colourful, it was kind of a breath of fresh air, and it was kind of just the right thing that everybody loved it. No matter what age you were, didn't matter whether you knew a showband, whether you'd ever seen a showband in your life, or any connections, or didn't matter. It was just fresh. It was great times, and it was exciting.
Indeed it was. And Lorraine, tell me, what year did you start the showband show?
99.
Right.
Because it was 98, 99.
Yes, because I know you visited London, and it was absolutely incredible. The energy and the whole excitement of it. It was something completely and totally different, and it really brought the house down.
That was a Galtymore, Jerry, was it?
It was indeed, yes. Yes.
That was one of the last shows we did now with Brendan Boyer and Rolly Daniels, and there was a few more on it. Oh, that was electric. That's recorded. I think that's been played on TG Carr a couple of times, but that, thankfully, it was recorded, because it was amazing. It really was. It was a cracking night.
It was. Yeah. Definitely was. Now, you also spent a period of time, Lorraine, you spent some time with the Honky Tonk Angels.
Yeah, well, I played with the Conquerors for about 12 years. But I took a break from the showband because I had Sean. Sean was born in, he was born in 99, but I took a break in about 2000, and came back then, and I joined the Conquerors a couple of years later. So I spent 12 years with the guys, and after, kind of in between that, we kind of formed the Angels. And the Angels never going to be a full-time permanent, but it was always, if we got a gig and it worked out that everybody could do it, everybody could be part of it, we'd take it. And we did have a lot of fun, and we did get some nice work. We recorded a lot of nice songs, and we did a lot of good videos. And anything we did it the best we could. And I think if you see any of the stuff on YouTube that we've done, it's quality, and you could see we did have a lot of fun. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the time with the girls, and, that's kind of another olive on the branch, or isn't that really what it is?
Yes.
I'm very lucky, because I've had such versatility in music from a kid. I've done everything. I've played everything. I've worked with a lot of people, because I do a lot of studio work, and because I play my instrument, we can augment bands. If you want a brass section, 7 Keats, slot us in, harmonies were there. I have been very lucky, and I suppose because I play my instrument, it just means that you just have that extra string to your bow, and you'll never really be out of work, because there's nothing you can't really fit yourself into.
Indeed, yes, yeah. But the Angels, like it was a magical mix with yourself and Bernie Heaney and CC Cooper. You all appeared to really, you all appeared to really work so well.
We did enjoy it. We had a great time, and we did really enjoy it.
Yeah,
it was kind of it was short lived, but you got to be wise and know when the time is right to pull something, and flogging a dead horse or whatever you want to say. But it was a great time. We gave it everything, and no regrets. Loved it. Girls and good fun.
Yeah, Honky Tonk Angels, I think, will go down in history as as a sort of a one-off, unique act with the three of you just gelled. It all appeared to work. It looked like that anyhow when you saw it.
Oh, totally. That's it. But if it looks good and it looks like people are enjoying it, then it's infectious, and it was infectious. Yeah. Exactly.
It was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, listen, you've recorded quite a lot of material all over the years.
Gosh, we have. Like we started recording back in the 80s. Yeah, we have. I mean, when you think about it, there's a lot of mixed stuff there. There's a lot of stuff gone, probably gone up by the wayside, that you wouldn't even know where to get your hands on, like stuff to record on vinyl.
Yes.
That I wouldn't mind trying to find, because at the time it was good. And a lot of original too, because my uncle writes a lot of original stuff. He's doing a lot of stuff on Facebook at the minute. But we've a lot of 4 or 5 tracks of his, and we're about to record another one in the next couple of weeks, myself and Keith.
Right.
Another one of Potter's. So we're looking forward to seeing what way that's going to turn out.
Right, now your latest single is I must say, brilliant version of the classic, the old Roy Orbison gem, I Drove All Night.
And that was just kind of, not accident. The way everybody's just putting stuff out, playing from their sitting room, singing from home, and I did it at home, and I approached Wayne, and it's a track I like. I've known it, probably sang it myself when I was back out in the 80s, and I just said, yeah, I might just try something back, a little bit different. And I just said, Wayne, I really like this. I think I'll send it to the station. So we went back and we addressed a few things, and I said, why not? Why not let people, if it's good enough for the radio, let people hear it.
Indeed, certainly is top quality, and I must say the vocals are absolutely superb on it. Sound astounding, they really do. Now you're doing.
I'm delighted, thank you.
You're very yourself and Keith were very, very busy with the Showband show. I had the pleasure of actually seeing you in Ireland last year. You were really, really busy, and you were back in action, and everything was going great.
Last year was a feeler for this year, Jerry, which is a little bit of a shame that we didn't get to rerun. We had our 3 months booked. We had our 3 months in the diary for another tour this year, and everybody was looking forward to getting back out and doing it and hooking up and doing it, making it bigger, making it better. And in that respect, it was a little bit of a shame. But look, you never know in the future. Whatever way things go, we definitely wouldn't rule it out.
Indeed.
And it did, and it was, people were happy to see it back, and then again, it was fun, it was colourful, it was fresh, and I think that's what it's about. If you're having fun, it's going to follow through to people on the floor, and that's really what it's about. It's about just enjoying it and letting people see that you're actually enjoying it.
Indeed.
And we did. We did have great fun because we hadn't been together for so long, and we just loved it. We absolutely loved it.
Yes, and I believe actually there was a number of the band members from the original Showband show was with you.
Oh yeah, the only person, we were only missing one. We had all the guys were there. Yeah. Really, that's why it was such. We were all surprised with how much we actually remembered and how much of the program actually just came together. We had to work on a few bits, but how much of it just gelled, and yeah, it was just fun. And guys have day jobs, and they just love the fact to get into the car. And we had a laugh on the road, we'd have a laugh setting up, we'd have a laugh on the stage, we'd have a laugh going home, and yeah, I think there's not many laughs these days, but we certainly did, and we definitely enjoyed it at the time. It was good memories.
That's excellent.
So, it is unfortunate that it didn't work, but you never say never.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, it was very, very successful. But yourself and Keith have done a lot of work with other artists as well. You were doing, for example, you were touring with Michael English.
Yeah, we've done Reeling in the Showband years for, I think this was our 11th year. I think we did our 11th year. And we've had the pleasure of working with so many people, from Butch Moore, Des Kelly, Brendan O'Brien, Eileen Reid, Gregory from the Cadets, Rolly Daniels, just to name a few, and Dickie Rock, Red Hurley, Lyndon Martin, Gina Dalehazen, the Champions,
right,
Sean O'Dowd, Dave Lawler, Ronan Collins, the Swarbricks. We've been blessed, really and truly, and you always learn something from somebody else. Always pick up something along the way, something that
indeed so
that you might bring into your own show at some stage, whether it's a track or whether it's a line or whether it's addressing the audience, something, because they're pros and they're not there for the long haul because they're not good enough. They're there because they deserve to be there, and it's fantastic, really and truly.
Which is also true.
We'll be blessed, yeah.
Which is also true for yourselves. I mean, you've been doing it quite a number of years now. I mean, you've got to accept that yourself and Keith are, incredibly good.
We're just lucky. We're lucky to have experienced and to be able to work with all these people, because when Dad was with Joe, we opened Joe's show for his concerts, about 6 or 7 concerts in the concert hall in Dublin, in Cork, the Opera House, and Goss, and never forget it. teenagers. We were probably 18, 19 at this stage, but it was an incredible opportunity to have that half an hour slot in front of packed audiences every night, and just the experience and the confidence that you gain from that. And I'm just visualizing it in my head. I can see it like it was yesterday. And we had such pride in our set and the instruments and the set we picked and our harmonies, and it was incredible. And Joe was great. I mean, just to even work with him, and I did a couple of years opening the show for Brendan Grace. That was before I joined the Conquerors. I did that for about 2 years, and 1 year it was with myself and Desi Egan, and then Dad did a second year with me, and then I got a call from the Conquerors, and that was kind of, at the time, everything was, that whole wedding market was very big with the Conquerors, a very, very busy working band, and just said, look, it's another opportunity, and you get opportunities and you take them, and if it doesn't feel right, you don't go for it, but if it does, you do, and it worked, and I had a lot of happy years with the Conquerors.
Indeed. And tell me this: what have you been doing with yourself since the whole lockdown in March?
I've got COVID green fingers, which is amazing because I've got a big enough garden, but I love a garden, but I have no interest in keeping a garden.
Right.
I've been ringing my mum saying, Mum, I think it might need a bit of a kind of a haul over, an overhaul, or a once over. So, just planting flowers and feeding roses, and she's quite pretty now, I have to say. I've done a good job. Jerry, I have to say, I have totally enjoyed every second of this lockdown.
Right.
I'd say after the first 2 to 3 weeks, once we just got into a routine, and the little bit of fear, a bit of just because it was so abnormal, because you spend so much time. You're in Spain, you're in Portugal, you're on a cruise, you're in Scotland, you're in England, you're here, you're there. What time will you be home at this? My kids, my 2 boys, and I'll be home at probably 2, 3, 4, whatever in the morning, or I'll be home in a week's time, I'll be home in 10 days. And it's kind of nice to be here, just to be here and just to be. And I really, really, I have enjoyed it. Okay, it's nicer now, obviously, since you can hook up with family, and that makes it all so much more pleasant, and you can have family over. But I enjoyed the break. I think everybody's tired. Everybody didn't realise how tired they were, or how much home life is really just pleasant, and it's kind of nice just to be and not have to be anywhere or go anywhere, or no schedule, no running here, no running there. I have 100% enjoyed it.
Right, yes, it certainly was a change in lifestyle. I'll have to say I can't tell you this, that the number of people, Lorraine, of singers and people in the music business that I've spoken to, whose gardens, they must be, I reckon that possibly, by the end of this year or next year, that, most musicians and singers' gardens in Ireland could be entered in the Chelsea Flower Show, because they appear to be astounding with the amount of work's being done there.
It's incredible. Sure, if you went into a hardware store, you wouldn't be able to get a bistro table or chair or anything to sit on, because everything's gone. It's crazy. Yeah, but isn't that a nice thing? It's the simple things in life and simple pleasures, and no headaches.
Indeed, so. Indeed. Lorraine, this has been lovely to catch up with you. It really has. I'm delighted that yourself and your family and Keith and all that are doing well. And listen, I'm looking forward, whenever it's safe to do so, in seeing you out and about again. It's been lovely to catch up with you.
Absolutely, and I appreciate your call, and thank you so much, and hello to your listeners, and I hope they're enjoying lockdown as much as I've enjoyed it. I have to say now, when you get back out there again, and you'll say, maybe I did miss it. You don't know, but I'm looking forward to getting back out. I miss working with Keith. I love working with Keith, and it just works. I love it, and I can't wait for that, whether it's the show band or whatever it takes. That's what I look forward to.
Thanks.
So until then, we shall see you around the country somewhere, Jerry.
Excellent, Lorraine. Thanks a million.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take care.